brothers, no lie. All you can die. Never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it for life. When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me. When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Watch out. Ready.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Look. Squeeze. Out. Hey, check 25.
On second down, it's Stick. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
36. Leo.
On third down, it's Stick. That's complete to White. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mayfield on play action. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that makes the score 7-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. At the 24-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
He's coming. Yo.
Now a give, right side. Cecil, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Set. 70, Indy. Get that ball. Go. Smooth.
Here's Stick, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Quick dance, quick dance. Go. Shoot! Watch the shoot!
On first down, Cecil. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily
trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills?
Pass.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to... start at the 12-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
On the set. 51. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check. Crouch. Switch. Check your hot read. Protein spill. 5. Get it.
They'll throw on 2nd down his stick. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Record. Hey, Delta. Mike 5-4. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Pick it up, guys.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. The Patriots send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield going deep here for this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now 21-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Go! Mike 54. Cut! Go, Jack, fight!
On 2nd down, Cecil. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there? Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
51. Hey, Steve 6.
Stick looks to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Patriots send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored...
That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 72 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Second and 11 at the Patriots' 13-yard line.
180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Brings up second and 12 at the 13-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Mike 54. 80 weapon.
Now stick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The Patriots send out their punter. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They give to Chubb out of the gun, and he's got this down to the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
To throw, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Mayfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Landry, the intended target. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Go! Gonna be a long day, offense. Man. Whip. Watch the whip. Slam.
First and 10, Stick. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
54. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Go. Me. Mike. Hey. Mike's by 4. Watch the curls. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. I'm coming. Now. Hey, Echo. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Let go.
Here's Stick looking to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Hey, Zoo. Look at me. Zipper. Let's go.
Stick from the gun. Being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The Patriots send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Focus, defense, focus.
Throwing on second down. Mayfield going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 78 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Go!
At the 24-yard line.
Begin!
They'll keep it on the ground. Cecil, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go, let's bring it. Yes. Ready?
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They run it again with Chubb. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Man, I got you. Shift.
Now a give right side. Meadows. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Meadows, and he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the 50. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off right around the 43. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7.
Makes the score Browns 35, Patriots 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, is it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on first down. Meadows. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 47-yard line.
180. Here we go.
On second and 12, Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. He'll have the win at his back here in the fourth quarter. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Hard.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stick. And that's complete to Adams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
Now!
Roy. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, Charlie!
Get this boy. You think you gonna get this?
Stick back to pass. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jannard Avery. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Mike 54.
Look at me, zipper!
Oh, you got D? 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Night, sweetheart.
Hey, Alpha!
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
On 4th down, here's Stick. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And the failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Now a give right side. Meadows. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will extend this big lead. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken short. A nice little juke. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Meadows, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. That's taken in by Callaway. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Stick. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On 3rd down, Meadows. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5.